Hello, so for today's class, all you're going to need are some weights. Everything else you should be okay with. And from now we'll get started with a bit of a warm-up. So standing, relaxing through your shoulders, you're going to bring your chin to your chest and then head up. Good, chin to chest and head up. Keep that head moving nice and gentle, moving to a slight stretched position if you can. Don't force yourself into any pain. One more each direction. And then from there we're coming back to the middle and looking over one shoulder and then the other. Good, one shoulder and the other. Challenge that movement where you can, nice and gently. Good. And one more each direction. From there, coming back to the middle, shoulder rolls. So rolling back through those shoulders, get your shoulder blades moving, and where you can, you're going to start adding in arm movements. So nice big circles with your arms. Good. 3, 2, 1, and we're coming back in other direction. So keeping those arms moving. Good. And 3, 2, 1. From there, feet come down and you're coming into your hip circles. And I'm just going to move this microphone, sorry. There you go. Good. 3, 2, 1, other direction. Nice big movements. And again. 3, 2, 1. From there, feet coming underneath, and you're coming into squats. Good, so we're really focusing on feet hip width apart, bending through those knees, keeping your chest up as much as you possibly can. Working on keeping equal weight going through both feet and keeping those knees apart where you can. And we're doing another 10 seconds of this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, you're coming up and down on your tiptoes. So engaging through those tummy muscles, squeezing through those bottom muscles to stay up nice and tall. Keep those toes nice and evenly spread on the floor. Good. And again, 10 seconds. If you need to, you can use a wall for support for this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, we're coming into our combined movement. So knees bend, push up on your toes, extend, and down. Bend, up, extend, down. Working on engaging through those tummy muscles, engaging through those core muscles as you come up onto those tiptoes. Keeping nice and strong. If you're finding that this is too much or you're finding that you're wobbling around everywhere, feel free to just come off of the mat and come onto the ground. If that's still too difficult, use a wall for support. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, we're reversing the movement. So you're now coming up on your toes, bend your knees, heels down, and extend. Up, bend, down, and extend. Up, bend, down, and extend. Working on pushing up as high as you can manage onto your toes. Once you're up there and you start bending your knees, working on keeping those heels lifted, don't let them drop to the ground. Good. And 10 seconds to go with this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and from there, we're wiggling out through those legs, standing on one leg. Slightly bend on that one leg, other leg, you're tapping in and out. So working on keeping nice and strong, staying up nice and tall, trying to avoid coming into that flex position. So up nice and tall, keep the toes of your static leg nice and relaxed. You're trying to avoid them scrunching up underneath. Good, and from there we're now coming up and down on one leg. So all that weight now is totally over to one side, keeping those toes relaxed, squeezing through bottom muscles to lift that leg up and down. Good, and 10 seconds left. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switching over to the other side. So nice soft knee, and we're pointing in and out. Good, pointing in and out. So staying nice and strong. 10 seconds to go, and then we're coming up and down. Good, and when you're ready, up and down with that leg. So keeping nice and strong. Keep that nice soft knee, don't let yourself come into that extended knee. Keeping soft and pulsing up and down. Good. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wiggle those legs out. Okay, from there, feet are coming nice and wide again. So make sure that you've got your toes pointing forward in this position. You're coming into your squat. You turn your feet to face one side. You come into a lunge. You come back to the middle into your wide squat, and then over and into lunge on opposite side. If you want to, adding in your arms, so reaching up, arms come forward into that lunge, up and other direction. Good, and turn and lunge. If you want to make this harder again, you can add in a heel raise. So in your lunge, you lift up through your heel comes back down, you come back into your squat. Lunge, heel raises, that front heel, and then back into a squat. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back up. Facing along your mat, slightly bend, one leg, other leg comes back behind, squeezing through bottom muscles to pulse your leg up and down. Looking at a spot, pointing forwards, keeping those toes, again, nice and relaxed, nice and spread. If this feels too much, or you feel like you're wobbling, come off of the mat, and same thing. And if that's still too much, you can hold on, okay? So pulsing up and down, and 10 seconds to go. So keep nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching over to the other side. So again, soft knee, leg comes back behind, and you're pulsing your leg up and down. Trying to keep up if you can. Focus on the point up in front of you. Keep working through that leg. Keep those toes nice and relaxed. And we've got 10 seconds to go. 2, 1. Coming back to that first leg, so back to your static leg again, keeping that knee nice and soft. Option number 1 is arms here. As your leg comes forward, you're reaching your hands forward. As your leg comes back, your knee comes up. Your knee comes up as your hands come back, sorry. If that feels easy, opposite leg, opposite arm, reach out, and then you come back up. So actually it's the other way, sorry. Reaching arm and leg out, and back up. Arm and leg on the same side, reach out, and back up. Keep nice and strong. Use a wall for support if you need to. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch over to the other side. So soft knee, static leg. Either knee comes up. As your knee extends behind you, both arms reach out. And you come back up. So again, both arms reaching out and back up. If that feels okay, opposite arm on opposite leg up. You reach forward, and then you come back up into your running man position. Controlling the arm and leg out, and you're coming back up. Keep those toes as relaxed as you can. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. From there you're coming to the edge of your mat, and you're going to relax through those shoulders, bring chin to chest, slowly rolling those shoulders forwards, and all the way down towards the ground. Feel a stretching through the back of your thighs, and then slowly rolling back up again. 2 more of those. So chin to chest, roll those shoulders forwards, and slowly all the way down towards the ground. If you're feeling any discomfort behind the back of your knee, bend your knees very slightly, and you should feel a nice stretch all up and through your back of your legs. Good, and slowly rolling back up again. Last one this time, reaching those arms up. Arms come around. As your arms come around, chin comes to chest, and again rolling forwards and all the way down to the ground. Holding for a couple more seconds, and then from there bending through those knees and walking your hands out into your downward dog position, pushing one heel down and then the other. And apologies because this might be quite loud on the microphone. Good. And 3, 2, 1. From there, knees come down onto the ground, and you're coming into your cat-cow position. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders, pulling that spine up towards your ceiling, tucking your head under, and then tummy down towards the ground, and lifting your head up. Good. Nice and steady. Adding in a pause now at neutral. So as you get to that point of halfway between those two positions, you pause and move on through. And then again pause and all the way through the other side. One more in each direction. Last one. Good. From there, engaging through those tummy muscles, keeping yourself in that neutral position, you're going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out, control back to the middle, switch over to the other side, and then come back. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out, Control to the middle and switch. If you want to make this more difficult, then you're just going to use your weight and you're going to come into same thing. Coming back. Remember, we're thinking about keeping that back in that nice neutral position, trying to avoid spilling your cup of water. So imagine that cup of water is sitting on your back. You're trying to keep those hips as still as you possibly can to avoid spilling the water. 10 seconds to go. Breathing out as you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come back down onto the ground, hands onto the ground, sitting back into your child pose position. And steady breathing as you hold in that position, rotating through your wrists to loosen them up. Good. And 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. From there, coming back up onto your hands and knees, and from there we're working one arm and leg first and then the other. So my right arm, left leg are reaching out. They come back, you touch your elbow or your hand to your knee, and then you reach back out again. So keeping that cup of water on your back, or imagining that it's on your back, you're slowly bringing elbow to knee, and then out in front of you. Elbow to knee or hand to knee, and then reaching out. Remember, we're breathing in as your arm and knee come in, and out as you reach out. 10 seconds to go on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come back down and you're switching over to the other side. So reaching arm and leg out, come back, elbow to knee, and then reaching out again. So we're trying to use your breathing to keep this movement nice and controlled. You don't want to be rushing through it. So it should be nice and steady. Use your breathing to be able to hold in that outstretched position before you come back in. And again, you can use weights for this if you want to. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees come back down. And again, sitting back into that child pose position, rotating through your wrists. Three, 2, 1. From there, coming back up onto hands and knees. This time, walking yourself a little bit further forward. So you're in a push-up position. You can either be on your knees or up onto your toes, excuse me, wherever you're most comfortable. And from there, engaging through shoulder blades. So don't let those shoulders come up around your ears. Engage through your shoulder blades. You're bending through those elbows and you're pushing yourself back up. So you do not have to go all the way down. You might do a little push, pull back through those elbows and push it back up. What we're trying to avoid is just hips moving, okay? So it needs to be everything moves together and then you push back up. Everything moves together, and then you push back up. Okay, so keep working. Keep making those muscles work. And we've got 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, you're going to lower yourself all the way down onto the ground. Just going to take this microphone off. Resting full head onto your hands, and you're going to squeeze through bottom muscles, lift right leg up off the ground, and then squeeze through bottom muscles and lift left leg up off of the ground. Good. So squeezing through bottom muscles, lifting right leg up off of the ground, and then squeezing and lifting left. Keep going. Ten seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, right leg is lifting and you're pulsing up and down. So squeezing through bottom muscles, pulsing that right leg up and down off of the ground. Keep it going. So you're really thinking, keep that right leg straight and squeeze through those bottom muscles to make that leg move. If this feels painful at all, lower that leg down and just bend and straighten through your knee, nice and controlled. So whatever is most comfortable. We've got 3 seconds left on your right leg, and lower down and switching over to your left. Keep it going. Keep squeezing through bottom muscles, pulsing up and down. Nearly there, you've got 10 seconds to go. Keep squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, relax that leg down, coming up onto your elbows. And apologies, because I'm going to pop this back on again. Okay, so from that position, if your back allows, you're coming into that position where you're resting on your elbows. If that feels like that's enough, you're going to lower down and push back up. If you feel like your back can manage more, gentle push through your hands, and then you come back down. Gentle push through your hands and come back down. Thinking about, as you push through your hands, looking up, and then controlling back down. 2 more. And back down. Last one. And control back down. Okay, from there, we're now coming over onto your sides. So lying on your sides, ideally if you've got one, you're going to use a head block and resting your head onto your arm. Okay, so wherever is most comfortable. Bottom knee bent, top leg straight. Keep those hips pointing forward. You do not want your hips to start rocking back because you won't get the benefit. So keep those hips pointing forwards. You're going to squeeze through bottom muscles to bring legs slightly behind, and you're pulsing your leg up and down. I'm just going to put my timer on. So we're pulsing up and down with that leg. Keep it going. Keep those hips pointing forward, nice and controlled. Doesn't want to be too quick. When you're ready then, from there, keeping that top leg lifted, you're now going to move that leg forwards and backwards. So keeping that back in as much of a neutral position as possible. As your leg comes forward, your toes are pulling up. As your leg comes behind, you're pointing through those feet. So toes up, bring that leg forward, toes point, squeeze through bottom muscles to bring that leg behind. Keep it moving. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, top knee bends up, bottom leg straightens. And from there, you're pulsing that bottom leg up and controlling down. You can have your hand on the mat in front of you if you'd like, otherwise hand onto your hip. So keep that working. Again, keeping that breathing nice and steady. And you've got 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, relax that leg down. Both knees bend up. You're going to move your head block or your arm. You come up onto your elbow. Option number 1 on your elbow is hand in front, knees remain bent. You're going to lift up, hold for as long as you can, and come back down. Option number 2 is you have hand on your hip and you extend up and you're holding again for as long as you can. If you need to lower down, you tap down and then you come straight back up again. Option number 3 is legs are out straight. So you can either have them stacked where one foot is on top of the other, otherwise you have one foot forwards and one foot behind. So normally it's the top foot will be forward, back foot will be behind. So whatever you're most comfortable doing, when you're ready, we're going to come up into a holding position. So squeezing through those bottom muscles, pushing through that shoulder, lifting those hips up, and you're holding. Keep your hand nice and relaxed. Keep those hips up as long as you can. Keep holding, keep working. Nice and strong. Keep that breathing nice and steady. Keep upright as much as you can. Keep pushing. Well done. 30 seconds done. If you need to lower yourself down and then come back up, you can do. Otherwise, you're keeping holding. Keep holding. 20 seconds to go. Again, lower down if you need to. And then bring yourself back up. Nearly there. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that hip down. Grabbing hold of your block. You'll bring it over to the other side. You also want your weights to be nice and close by if you can. Coming over onto your side. Head block under your head if you can. Bottom knee bent, top leg straight. You're squeezing through bottom muscles and you're pulsing that top leg up and down. So remember, you still want your hips pointing forwards. You don't want to let yourself roll back. So hips pointing forwards, squeezing through that bottom muscle to bring that leg up. Good. Bottom muscles should be burning at this stage. And then when you're ready, you're going to switch to that leg coming forwards and back. So remember, we don't want big movements of that back and we don't want them quick. Instead, keeping it nice and strong, leg controls forward and squeezing back behind. So I'm trying to keep myself as neutral as possible, trying to make that back stay as still as possible and hip do as much of the movement as possible. 3, 2, 1. Top knee bends, bottom leg straightens. From there, you're pulsing that bottom leg up and down. Keep it going. Working nice and hard, so keep working that bottom leg. And we've got 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. From there, both knees bent up, coming up onto your elbow again. All right, again remember option number 1, knees bent up, hands out in front. Option number 2 is hand on hip holding. Option number 3 are legs out straight. So whatever you feel most comfortable doing, when you're ready, we're lifting. And you're holding in that position. Again, apologies, should have said before, if this is too painful or this is uncomfortable to do, then you're going to come back into that first movement where you're lying on your side and you're lifting that top leg up and down. So if this is too painful to do, don't force yourself into the position. Equally, if you're finding you can't hold, but you're able to hold for a short period of time, then you're going to just move up and then down. So you're lifting up, touching bottom down, and back up. Keep pushing, keep holding where you can. We've got 20 seconds to go. Keep nice and strong. It's tiring work, that shoulder should be feeling like it's working hard. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower those hips down, and from there you're coming over and onto your backs. Again, make sure that you've got your weights somewhere close by for a little bit later. Lying onto your back, arms out to the side, you're just gently rocking your knees over to one side and then over to the other side. So nice and steady, nice and gently. As your knees go to the left, your head's looking to the right. And as your knees go to the right, your head looks to the left. Good. Nice and steady. Let that body relax off a little bit more. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. From there, knees come back up to point to the ceiling. Feet come hip width apart. Arms relax down by your sides, palms facing up to start off with. Squeezing through your bottom muscles, you're slowly peeling those hips up off of the ground. And then slowly rolling those hips back down onto the ground again. So squeezing through bottom muscles, roll those hips up off of the ground. And then rolling slowly back down onto the ground again. If you want to make this harder, arms pointing to the ceiling. Good. And if that's still too easy and you want it to work harder again, weights coming into your hands and same thing. So holding on to those weights above you, squeezing, rolling those hips up, and then rolling back down again. Good. And slowly rolling back down. And again. Well done. Okay. When you're ready from there to make this harder, we're going to start adding in your arm movement. So you squeeze through your bottom muscles, roll those hips up. Once they're up, arms control slowly overhead. They come back to point to the ceiling and hips roll back down to the ground again. So you can either do this movement with your hands together, controlling overhead and back down, or if that feels like it's too much, too easy, then you're going to bring those hands apart and same thing. Good. And control back down. Well done. Keep it working, so squeezing, rolling those hips up. Once they're up, you're breathing out as those arms reach overhead, in, as those arms come back down and you lower back down. So it should be nice and steady, should feel relatively straightforward and easy. And again from there, if that still feels like you're managing okay, we're going to progress it further. So you're going to squeeze through bottom muscles, roll these hips up. Once they're up, they now become static. Arms control overhead, nice and steady. Arms come back to point to the ceiling. And then they move overhead again. Good. Keep it going. Keep working. And now squeezing through those bottom muscles. And then from there, we're adding in movements out to the side too. So arms control overhead. They come back to the ceiling, and then arms come out to the side as far as you can control and pull back up. So arms come overhead, they come back, and then they come out to the side and back. Overhead and back, and then out to the side and back. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, weights come down to the ground, hips lower back down to the ground, and from there you're bringing your knees towards your chest. Use your hands to hold them in. And drawing figure of 8 with those knees if you want to. Good. Three, 2, 1. From there, feet come back down onto the ground, and from there, you're going to engage through tummy muscles. One leg comes up into your tabletop position, so 90-degree hip and knee bend. It controls back down. Other leg lifts up into tabletop position and controls back down. So remember, we're working on this movement coming from your hip. So my hip is bending and pulling rather than just straightening and bending through your knee. So imagine that your knee is fixed, you pull up, you control back down, and then you move over to the other side and control back down. If that feels okay, arms pointing to the ceiling, and same thing. You are also able to add in your weights into your hands at this point if you want to. Good. And from there, again progressing quite quickly. If that's still feeling okay, you're going to come into opposite arm, opposite leg. So as my right leg lifts, my left arm controls overhead. I come back to point to the ceiling, and then I switch over to the other side. And then come back. Good. Still focusing on keeping that knee fixed. Don't let yourself just bend and straighten. Good. Final progression. If this feels okay, you're going to come into one leg into tabletop, other leg into tabletop position. Holding there, arm controlling overhead, coming back and switching over to the other side. And back. Over and back, and then switching. Keep it going. If you want to make this harder, then you're going to come into right arm controlling overhead, extending through left knee. You come back, and then you switch. So keep those tummy muscles engaged. Keep that back in your neutral position. Don't let yourself arch. Breathing out as that arm reaches overhead. In as you come back. We've got 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, From there, feet come back down to the ground, weights come out away from you, arms out to the side, feet together, dropping your knees out to opposite sides in your butterfly stretch position. If this feels okay and you want to add more of a stretch, hands come behind your head. As your knees drop out, your elbows also control out to the side, and then you come back up. So you should then feel a bit of a stretch in through groin, but also a bit of a stretch up and through chest. And we're trying to get those elbows to the ground and knees to the ground as much as you can without arching your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, arms out to the side, knees stay together. You're rocking your knees over to one direction, looking to the opposite side. You come back up and you switch. If you want more of an intense stretch, as your knees rock over to one side, your top knee is going to come up, closer to your hand. Feel more of a stretch through your back. You come back and then you switch. And remember, we're working on keeping your shoulder on the ground still. Try not to let that shoulder lift. Good. And we've got 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, knees come back up to point to the ceiling. One foot comes over the top of your bent knee into your figure 4 stretch, and you're pushing your knee down towards the ground. If that feels okay and you want more of a stretch, then you're going to bring your knees towards your chest, use your hands to hold it in. And from there, you're going to try and straighten and then bend your knee. So as your knee extends, your toes come up, and then as it bends, your toes point up and extend, down and bend. Good. Keep it going. And we've got, again, 10 seconds to go on the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, switching over to the other side. So one foot comes over the top of your bent knee and you're pushing your knee down towards the ground. Feel a stretching through bottom muscles. And from there, then bring your knees towards chest, if you can, using your hand to hold it in. And then you're straightening and bending through your knee. Obviously, if this feels painful, then please don't force yourself into that position. Good. Keep it going. Well done, nice and steady. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, both knees come towards your chest. Use your hands to hold them in and you're rocking forwards and backwards. Nice and steady. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring chin to chest and you're rocking yourself up into an upright position. Spinning around. Okay. From there, one knee bent, one leg straight if you can. If you can't do that, then you're going to have both legs straight. So whatever is most comfortable with you. And turning chest towards your foot, you're reaching your hands forward towards your foot. Feel the stretch all down through the back of your thigh. And you're just holding. Good. 3, 2, 1. From there, turning your shoulder towards your foot, reach your hand up towards the ceiling. from there, taking a deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your arm further overhead. Good, nice and steady breathing. Feel that stretch down through your hamstrings, so the backs of your thighs, but also all the way up through the side. Good, 3, 2, 1, coming back up, and you're switching over to the other side. So either switching which knee is bent or else keeping legs straight, turning chest towards your foot, and you're reaching forwards towards your foot. Keep holding. Feel that stretching through the back of those hamstrings. And from there, turning shoulder towards your foot, reach your hand up towards the ceiling. Well done. Keep that breathing going. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your arm further overhead. Keep holding. Well done. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming back up. Okay, when you're ready, one leg straightens, one knee bends. Bent leg comes over the top of your straight leg. Hold your bent knee in with the opposite arm to your bent knee, and then you're looking over that bent side. So you should be feeling a stretch all the way down through bottom muscles. Keep holding. Good. 3, 2, 1. From there, coming back and switching over to other side. So one leg straightens, one knee bends. Bent knee comes over the top of your straight knee. Hold your knee in with opposite hand, and you're looking over that bent knee. And I'm hoping everyone's got this. If not, I'm hoping someone might be able to correct the positions for me. Good. Keep holding. Feel that stretch all the way down through your bottom muscles. And 3, 2, 1. From there, come back, and you're turning over onto your hands and your knees. Sitting back into your child pose position, reaching those arms forwards. And from there, you're walking your hands over to the right hand side. Feel a stretch all the way down through your left. Good. Keep that steady breathing. And then from there, walking those hands back to the middle, and then over to the left, feeling your stretch down that right hand side. Keep it going. Keep holding. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to the middle. Hands onto the ground. Tucking up through those toes. You're pushing up into your downward dog and pushing one heel down and then the other. Keep it going. And 3, 2, 1. 1 from there, walking those hands slowly up towards your feet if you can, and you're rolling up into your standing position. From there, 1 more spinal roll, so chin comes to chest, rolling those shoulders forwards and all the way down to the ground, feeling a stretch all in through the back of those thighs. Keep holding. And 3, 2, 1, and rolling back up to that start position again. Well done. Okay, from there, reaching one hand up and behind your head. Other hand comes on top of that elbow and you're pulling elbow towards your ear. Keep holding. Good. 3, 2, 1. From there, keep your elbow up. You're reaching your other hand up behind, reaching for your fingertips. If you can't reach your fingertips, remember that you can use a band to try and reach that other hand. Good. And again, 3, 2, 1, and switching over to other side. So other hand comes up, comes behind head. Hand comes on top of elbow and pull the elbow towards your ear, and you're just holding. Feel a stretch all the way down through here. Again, obviously if this is painful, please don't force it. And when you're ready, again, reaching those hands up towards your fingertips, and again trying to hold on, feel that stretch all the way through those shoulders. Again, if you can't reach, using a band or something that will help you, or a jumper, whatever you've got around you to be able to help you. Holding for a few more seconds, and 3, 2, 1, relax there, relax off your arms, relax out through those shoulders. We're going to just do one more little rotation one, so you're just going to rotate over to one side and rotate to the other. So rotate over to one side and rotate to the other. So you're just trying to loosen off through the back, a little bit through those hips and through those arms. 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Well done.